friends in common. What are you passionate about? Passionate.
The Passion Show on CFRU 93.3 FM Guelph, Ontario. With Wizard.
I'm a water wizard, Harry.
With
Hello world, you are listening to The Passion Show on CFRU 93.3 FM. It's a do-it-together radio show all about passions and the people who have them. My name is Wizard.
And my name is Mercury.
Mercury! Yay! Mercury! Yay!
Yay!
I'm getting rid of the chanting thing. I don't like the chant anymore. I'm not going Mercury. Mercury.
What's the show where they dance down the...
Glee.
No. It's a talk show. I think it's Jennifer Hudson's show.
Oh, that's right. They put those videos on like TikTok or whatever. Yeah. I feel similarly. It's become corny.
Little too girl boss.
Yeah, I'm not girl boss. I'm boy boss.
Fair
I'm radio
enough.
boss. Mercury, welcome to the CFRU.
Thank you for having me, Wizard.
Hey, I'm absolutely happy to have you here. It's crazy that you haven't been on the show yet.
Yeah, I guess it is a little crazy, perhaps.
So you're so connected.
And so passionate.
You know, you're a long-time listener, first-time guest.
A long-time listener, for sure. First-time guest, for sure.
Now I can finally start referring to you as past and future guest.
Oh my gosh. Wow, that is an honor.
Yeah, right? You'll join that nice little pantheon.
Nice.
You're a passionate person.
And
you got
some
a
might
bunch of
say.
notes.
I took notes just in case I got lost
No,
in your eyes in what I'm saying. I don't know, just in case.
Yeah, it happens to the best of us.
Of course.
Sometimes I get lost in my eyes too. But I'm brushing my teeth and stuff.
That is a time
Does
to
that
get
happen
lost
to you too?
No, but now I'll look out for it.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll happen tonight.
It's a consistent thing for me. When I'm brushing my teeth, I'm just like, wow.
I'm a bit of a wanderer when I brush my teeth.
Yeah, you
I don't
walk
stay
around?
sometimes, yeah.
That's awesome.
Or balance on one foot.
I like that.
It's good for your brain.
My dad used to do that.
Yeah.
He'd go on a little adventure when he was brushing his teeth in the morning.
Keeps you sharp, I've heard.
Keeps you sharp. It's interesting to balance on one foot. I'm pretty much always balancing on one foot.
Or brush with the
around.
opposite hand.
Whoa, that's messed up.
It's also brain health.
That's actually crazy. Yeah, left hand brushing.
I'm
Weird.
left-handed, so for me, brushing is
So-
usually left-handed.
So you change it up and brush normal.
Yep, I brush normal.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with being left-handed. My sister's left-handed.
Yes,
Past
I
and
know.
future guest,
Yes,
Emily.
I listened to her episode the other day.
Really?
Yep,
How'd you like it?
it was good. I
It's
enjoyed
cute,
it.
right? She's a funny one.
Yeah.
There's some pretty crazy lore in there.
Yeah, I love your sister.
She's the best.
She has a very special place in my heart.
Mine as well, believe it or not.
I do believe it.
Yeah, that one's getting a lot of play. I'm proud of that show. But enough about her. That's all new. That's another blonde-haired, blue-eyed legend.
Absolutely.
We've got another one right here in the studio right now, and you got notes.
I do have notes.
What are your notes about?
Just some things that I'm passionate about.
Okay, I guess that makes sense.
For the Passion Show. And also because I feel like I have a lot of things that I'm passionate about.
Okay.
So I had to really narrow down my focus of what do I want Wizard and the listeners to know that I am passionate about.
Hey, listeners.
And how do the things that I'm passionate about kind of connect? So I feel like everything is connected somehow.
Yeah. A real passion head like you would know that the best episodes of this radio show involve some connectivity.
Yes.
A through line.
Yes,
And I'm
an
really
invisible string.
excited that you brought something like that. A physical string.
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
But maybe we should talk a tiny little bit about how we know each other before we get into all those notes of yours.
Right.
Because right now, our poor contextless audience right there,
In their cars.
they're just driving around Hong Kong. They're honking their horn right now in a rage. They're like, how does Wizard know Mercury?
And who is Mercury to Wizard?
Who is
These
Mercury
are
to Wizard?
Very easily answerable questions, I believe.
I would tend to agree.
Yeah.
What is the answer to that? How do we know each other?
So, you and I, Wizard, we worked at a place called Camp Celtic Sports and Arts Camp. Or Celtic Sports and Arts Camp.
Yeah, children's summer camp.
Summer camp. And we
worked at
also
children's
not
summer
only
camp.
worked there together, we did our leader in training program together.
Oh, yeah, we did.
So we've known each other for quite a while.
I would say.
Yeah.
since 2013.
2013, great year.
That's a nice little chunk of time.
It's a good chunk of time for sure.
Not only did we work there together, but we played there together too. Like, it wasn't just a working relationship. It was fun. we were
live, laugh, loving it up.
We did live, laugh, love it up. We largely kept. I don't think that I ever conflicted with you at all. There was no conflict that I can imagine.
No, none in my memory either. And
that place is just like a pit of an absolute battleground of interpersonal conflict.
It can be for sure. And as we know, love and hate are on opposite sides of a circle, but they are really very close together.
It's true. They're connected.
Yeah. And your camp magic changes over the years into different type of magic, and those interpersonal conflicts and non-conflicts are definitely part of that.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I agree. It's all part of the rich tapestry. And I want
Camp Celtic.
Of Camp Celtic, of connections, and I hope that everyone can come back around to the other side of that coin and be on this show and reflect on it all.
Yeah, you have a lot of guests that share that.
It's true.
That thread that is Camp Celtic. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm happy to. I feel like I've sort of circled around Celtic people. I've had some. There's never been like a big chunk of episodes where I'm just like, let me just lock in and get all these faces on the show that I need to get. And you are part of the beginning of my little initiative to finally get like the real ones, like the absolute dedicated.
Wow.
Those like center particles of this thing. The reason I say this is because yesterday, guess who I had in here?
Who?
An absolute icon, someone who's central to the Celtic experience. I think you can guess. A wearer of Crocs, a thrower of Frisbees. The one and only. The cat. The cake. The legend.
Oh, yes.
We had Gatto on the show.
Wow. The Crocs threw me off for a mere second because there's a plethora of Croc enjoyers.
There are a number of Croc wearers.
But yes, wow. Oh, I'm looking forward to that episode.
It's a silly one.
I imagine it is silly.
It's a little bit headless.
Silly and endearing, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, there's some giggles. Yeah. Some giggles are shared. We tell each other our credit score. We go on our phone and we figure out our credit score. Yep.
That's funny.
Isn't that dumb?
That is funny.
It was great, though. But enough about that guy. What I'm just trying to say is that I'm really happy that you're here and representing camp counselor energy.
Thank you.
We're all so unique. We all have such different paths that we walk.
Yes, we do.
And what's your path? What are you passionate about? You got all these notes here.
Wow. Thank you for asking. One of the things that I am passionate about is acting.
Acting.
Which I don't know if you guessed that might come up.
I had a feeling.
Maybe you pondered and thought it might. I don't know.
I try and not ponder or think.
Fair enough. I spend most of my time, I think, pondering and thinking.
You have always struck me as an introspective one.
Yeah, I can be at times.
And
sure.
I'm not well, I suppose maybe I'm extrospective.
I could see that.
No, I'm a little bit introspective, but I like to try and
You're a healthy balance.
Not plan too much for guests. I like the improv space in here.
Yeah.
So I like to, just leave it up to chance on what people are going to be passionate about.
It's a yes and friendly kind of space, you would say.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Perfect.
I'm a big yes-ander.
Amazing. We love to hear it. I've had to explain the concept of yes and to people before.
Yeah. It's a good concept.
It's great. And especially when they're shutting down your jokes with like, well, actually, that's not... And you're like, no, wait, let me just explain this concept of yes and to you, and we could have so much more fun today. Like, you would just yes and with me.
When I go into the improv scene, like, no, this isn't a doctor's office, this is the moon.
And you're like, oh.
Actually, I am an astronaut, and this is the moon. You're not a doctor.
You're not a doctor at all.
You're not a doctor. Don't be silly. But no, for the listeners at home, yes and is the first rule of improv. And it's important. And this is a yes and friendly space.
Yes.
I like to. What would the thing be I'm saying here? Lift up and encourage and echo, amplify even my guests.
amazing.
So were you acting? Tell me about acting.
Yeah.
You do that?
I do that. That is one of the things that I do.
One of many.
One of many things, which I think that's a theme in my life, is wearing many hats and doing many different things, which is why it's hard to pick one passion.
Yeah, but you don't gotta.
I mean, you don't have to.
You
You can be passionate about so many things.
And you can come back on the show.
And that fig tree, I'm gonna have all those figs.
Wait, what?
You know Sylvia Plath's fig tree?
I don't know Sylvia. I'm familiar with Sylvia Plath.
Yeah, she talks about like the fig tree growing and watching all the branches and seeing all the fruit, and each fruit is a different way that her life could go. But she's so paralyzed. I might be butchering this a little bit, but she's paralyzed by indecision, and so she just is like writing about watching all the fig trees fall off the tree and rotting essentially, and she's not following any of those life paths because So
that sounds like Sylvia Plath to me, from what I understand about her.
And I haven't read her since I was a teenager, so maybe I need to circle back.
Well, I haven't read her since I was in anything, so you've got me beat.
But I'm gonna have all the figs, I think.
You're gonna have all the figs.
I have a life to live.
You're the opposite of Sylvia Plath. She's sitting there thinking about figs, and she's paralyzed. You're like, I could get them all.
I'm putting my figs in a basket, and I'm good to go.
She's like, I can only have one of these fruits, and you're like, why?
And then she's watching
There's
them all
literally a basket.
Die away.
One of the first inventions.
Exactly. Get my girl Sylvia Plath a basket.
Get my girl Sylvia Plath on the show. If only.
R.I.P. Sylvia
R.I.P. Sylvia Plath. If you were alive, you would have loved
the Passion Show, perhaps.
Maybe not.
Yeah. Problematic for our times.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Really?
There's some, she's got some problematic themes in her writing, racism, things like that. But she was also just a very depressed woman. So I think that people like her writing because they resonate with the sadness that she speaks of in so many things that she writes. But
I'm going to have to, my sister is also a fan.
Of Sylvia Plath?
Yes.
Yeah, I could see that.
So, right?
Yeah.
I might have to seek some of that writing out in my free time. Me and Gad were talking a little bit about poetry yesterday, so maybe this recurrence here, this tying back in. What does Summer call it?
Intertextuality.
Exactly.
Yes, in the wise words of my friend Summer.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very intertextual.
Very intertextual. It's funny that I frame that as, what does Summer call it? That's just what it's called. Yeah. She just happens to be someone we both know that talks about that.
They are a voice of a generation.
For real.
That Summer.
I should get Summer on for a 4th episode. Why not? We ball.
Absolutely. Summer's going to have a baker's dozen of episodes.
You're not wrong. Before you know it.
And I can't wait to listen to them all. Like my figs. I'm going to listen to all the episodes.
Do it. Put them in your basket.
Yeah, for sure.
So why do you like acting anyway?
Well, I have been a fan of the arts from a very young age, particularly acting. I think I was 8 when my mom had these scrapbooks that she made of us throughout the years, and the page for going into grade 3, she asked us questions and wrote down the answers.
Oh, that's great.
What do you want to be when you grow up? An actress.
Aww.
And then I kind of grew into a teenager, and I still really loved acting, and I did musical theater, and I did dance, and I did singing, and I did all the things.
Triple threat.
Loved them. I was a shy singer for a really long time. But now I'm less of a shy singer, I would say.
I haven't heard you sing in a while. I'd be curious.
Yeah.
Do you post yourself singing anymore?
On occasion. I'm looking to get back into doing some open mics, so maybe we can connect at an open mic.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I can go do some open mic comedy.
Yeah.
You can do some open mic singing.
They do one at the brewery that I work at.
You work at a brewery?
I do. Cool. I bartend. I act. Those are my 2 main gigs right now. But I was a therapist for a bit.
That's right.
So
of the occupational persuasion.
Of the occupational variety, yes. Occupational therapist, pediatric occupational therapist, if we're gonna go the full title.
Sounds very fancy.
Yeah, depends on your definition of fancy for sure.
My definition of fancy is any words that are 2 syllables or more.
That's a big word for me.
Pediatric. Occupational therapist.
Working with children.
Triple fancy.
Yeah. But yeah, I've always been interested in acting, and I think the underlying thing with acting for me is the storytelling aspect, which connects to so many other things that I'm passionate about, like music and writing music and playing music, reading, writing, all those things, even fashion and having like your own developed sense of style is very much a form of storytelling. So that was a main link for me, and I think acting came back into my life while I was in school to become an occupational therapist, and I realized, wow, I don't know if this is what I want to do for my whole life. And then I realized that I didn't have to do anything for my whole life, and I was allowed to change my mind.
That's the spirit. I'm into that.
Yeah. So
I took a similar tack.
Yes. Yeah, because you were at Western originally, right?
And I was at Western for media studies.
And then you left.
And then I switched to Fanshawe for computer programming, which is already pretty different than media studies. Then, of course, I decided to just loop right back around to being a counselor again, which is basically my job now.
Outdoor school.
At outdoor school, yeah. But then they make me do some computer stuff, so it's all just one big spaghetti pile of occupations.
Jack of all trades.
Exactly. Master of none. Womp womp.
But the full quote...
Yeah, what's the full quote?
Is Jack of all trades, master of none. I don't know the exact phrasing, but it's something about... not necessarily better than, but something along those lines of then a master of one. So you have all these skills instead of just being really good at one thing.
And I have the opportunity to specialize.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, if I ever do specialize, it'll probably be on cordage.
Nice.
That'd be cool. Or something, I don't know. But I never want to specialize. I want to just keep doing everything forever.
That's a good goal. I like that goal.
And you're acting.
I am.
Focused on that. You came back around to it in school.
I came back around to it. Yeah, I was in my master's for occupational therapy. And I think university for me was an interesting time because I feel like I lost parts of myself when I was in university, whereas I feel like for other people, it's this very like eye-opening experience where you learn so much about yourself, whereas I felt like, and maybe it was the university that I went to.
Kingston, right?
I went to Queens.
Queens.
Yeah, in Kingston.
That's what that was. Right.
And I think it's just a very interesting environment that I felt like I had to fit into a certain box, and so I had to put away parts of myself to thrive there almost. And also I just had in my head that you go to university and you get a job and that's what your life looks like. And I had kind of set aside taking seriously anything artistic. And so I kind of put those parts of me away a little bit while I was in school. And then in my master's, I joined, I just randomly did an audition for something called Queen's Players, which was an improv comedy musical group that puts on a show in a bar. And while you're performing, the audience buys you drinks. So you just like progressively get drunker. But you spend the time writing the show. The director comes up with the concept and you help write the script. And you're given a character. And so, for example, like one of my characters was Leslie from Parks and Rec. And then another show I was Ivanka Trump. Like you just get given kind of like a pop culture relevant character. And it reignited my love for performing when I was doing that. I just thought, wow, this is so much fun.
That's such a cool format. I remember you telling me about this
I think
at
you
camp.
would,
And I was like, man, I wish that Kingston wasn't on the other side of the earth.
Yeah.
Because I want to see this.
Very cool. And then I also got a little bit back into dance while I was in my master's. I did some choreography for a fashion show that we had at Queen's. And I think it was things that I didn't really realize were at that school. Because of the program I was in, it was very much more science focused. And I was just really into academics when I was in university. And
Nerd,
yeah. STEM nerd.
Big nerd. Cool.
And trying to get into grad school after. So very focused on my grades and just didn't read anything for fun while I was in school. I was only reading things that were related to school and
Little textbooks.
yeah, I feel like I just lost that creative part of myself a little bit, which is why camp was so great, because I got to go back in the summers in between, and just feel like I could express myself again and be my whole self again. And
camp is such a, like, everyone who works there is an actor, even if they don't know it.
Yeah, it is a performance in its essence. And so
they force you to stand up in front of a crowd of hundreds twice a day and improvise basically a skit to, like, sell yourself.
Introduce yourself
and,
to the group.
It's so funny how, like, we had to, audience for context here, we had to, like, introduce our activities every day. And it was on us to convince kids that we're cool and that they want to sign up to do, you know, dodgeball with Wizard and Mercury instead of Gaga Ball with Shaba and Frody.
Oh.
Sounds so horrible.
You know you want to do dodgeball.
It'd be way more
I don't
fun.
think we would have been running dodgeball unless we were forced to.
No, I never ran for dodgeball one single time in my entire decade working there. We probably ran activities together a few times. We must have.
I'm sure we would have done, well, maybe not
Something
you and I,
artsy.
but I know I've done LARPing before. It might not have been with you
It might
per se,
not
but
have been,
but it
might
may have been.
I mean, that's funny.
Yeah.
I recently had Animal in here on the show.
Yes.
And he was a kid in my cabin the very first time anyone ran LARPing at Celtic.
Oh my gosh.
And it was me and him and a bunch of random kids who wound up going back and becoming counselors. What a fun little activity, eh?
Yeah, I did
Speaking
listen
of
to your
acting.
episode. Yeah, with Animal.
Yeah? Oh,
Yeah.
There you go. Real passion head.
Huge, passionate boy. Passionate young man.
No, I mean, you're the real passion head.
Oh,
yeah,
me.
he's a passion
Yeah.
head, too. He's definitely a passion head.
Yeah,
But-
I've listened to, not every episode, but I've listened to a lot of them.
You would be,
Making my
you'd
way
probably
through
be
it.
pretty high up on the leaderboard if you've actually, like, listened to multiple episodes.
I have. I think I started with the people that I knew,
Uh-huh.
and then I started going back through and doing ones that
Some
sounded
strangers.
interesting.
Yeah, do you read the descriptions?
I do.
That's amazing.
I read the descriptions, and I read all the little headers.
Oh, yeah.
I like to read.
I'm
what's
quite
coming
proud.
up.
I really enjoy putting titles and descriptions on there,
Yeah.
even though only the internet listeners get to see that.
Yes.
It's just the radio people, they don't care. They
I
just tune in.
can't. I can't wait for the day when I'm in my car at 9 p.m. on a Friday and I can tune in.
In Guelph area.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah,
That'll
you
be
know
the
what
day.
to say. You know what to set your tuner to 93.3 FM, baby.
Yep.
Anyways,
Yes.
we've wandered away from the
We have
point a little
wandered.
bit here. We were talking about acting.
Acting.
And you,
Yeah.
you're in college. You're getting
Yep.
excited about acting again.
Graduated. Worked at camp. Did my last placement for occupational therapy at camp.
That's so
It was
funny.
a community development placement. So I made an accessibility manual for them. And then stayed on and worked a bit in that fall. So that was when they were having Ocean Bridge come
That's
in.
right.
Yeah, so people that were learning about water systems and
That's
water
so trippy that they did
conservation.
that.
Yeah, we're staying at camp, and we were kind of just hosting them.
Mm-hmm.
So I stayed and worked that. Then I moved back to my hometown
Mm-hmm.
and was trying to decide if I was going to get my license as a therapist or if I was going to do anything else.
Do a different thing.
Yeah. And when you graduate from occupational therapy, you have, I think it's 18 months to write your exam before you would have to do something additional to then be eligible to write your exam again. So I decided I was going to wait. And I started working at the brewery that I still work at a bit now. And I started taking film acting classes because I'd never done film before. I'd only ever done theater. And
Okay.
I love the theater. It's
Nothing wrong with
wonderful.
theater. I like it, yeah.
But I
But
had
the
watched, I'd watched a lot of, as I'm sure everybody did, I watched a lot of shows and films during COVID.
Oh, yeah.
And it just reminded me, because that was something else I didn't do as much of while I was in school, was I
'Cause
didn't,
you're so locked in.
I was so locked in and I was so, I don't want to say brainwashed, but I just was so focused on something that I thought I was supposed to be doing.
On that one track.
One track mind.
I felt really similarly when I was in my last year of college with the programming. It became my whole life.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy that I managed to get out of that, because I think it'd be a dark world if I just continued to be like a totally obsessed programmer.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
it was those fluorescent lights that got me out. I was like, I can't do this. I can't work in an office like this.
That's how I feel about going into elementary schools.
Yeah,
I was doing school occupational therapy, and the lighting in there is meant to harm your brain, I'm pretty sure.
I think it is explicitly meant to, you're supposed to feel like you're in a factory.
Yeah, you come out smelling factory. Like school lunch, and you can still hear the screams of little children running around.
It's funny. One day a week I do a program for outdoor school that takes place at an indoor school. And I'm mostly outside, but we go in there and we check in and we walk around in there a little bit. Yeah. And every time I'm in there, I think, man, I respect teachers, and I couldn't do it.
I could never.
It's amazing that they work in this environment, because it is oppressive.
Yeah.
Bless them.
They need more than just those summers off. I swear. They're doing the Lord's work in there. But yeah, so during COVID I was watching so many shows and movies, and I just couldn't help but wondering what that would be like. And I remember shows, the actors that were on some shows were doing a lot of like live streams from home and stuff like that, because they also couldn't do a ton during COVID, talking about what it was like to work on set. And I just found it all so interesting.
I think that's like kind of when the big actor podcast boom starts.
Yeah, you're probably right.
It's such a big thing now. And I feel like before COVID it wasn't such a big deal of actors particularly doing
that
podcasts
kind of
where they talk about production and they like rewatch shows and stuff.
Do you ever listen to Actors on Actors?
Yes.
On YouTube?
I love those.
Those
they're
videos.
Variety, right?
Yeah, they're so good.
I think those are great. Just especially particularly because they're one-offs.
Yes.
I'm kind of not interested in getting really into just like, and Jason Bateman's
thoughts on everything.
Yeah, exactly. But like, I want to see Cillian Murphy talk with Margot Robbie.
And how they pair them up too is so interesting sometimes. Yeah. But that made me a little more interested in what would it be like to do film. I've never done film. I know it's different from theater, but I don't really know how it's different from theater. So I signed up to do some film classes in Toronto at a studio called Armstrong. Shout out Armstrong.
Cool. Shout out Armstrong. You heard it here first, folks. Armstrong.
And fell in love with it. Really liked it.
You're watching movies. You're seeing like Jacob Elordi, and you're like, what would it be like to act alongside that fella?
Yeah, that wasn't really something specifically that I wondered, but
or how about Christoph Waltz? You're like, oh, look at this guy.
Christoph Waltz is phenomenal. I didn't actually get to work. You're alluding to something that I worked on.
I'm doing spoilers right now.
Yeah, we can talk a bit about that as well if you want to. But how do I segue there? Yes, I went. Yeah, how do I segue into? Yeah, is that the wrong word?
No, it's the right word.
You're just making silly. A scooter
like
joke.
One would be on a Segway.
Yeah, I'm on it right now.
We're segueing.
We are segueing. I've always wondered what it would be like to work with
still on the Segway,
Christoph Waltz specifically, which is why I decided to accept working on the film Frankenstein when they asked me, hey, are you free this day? And I said yes. And then
yeah, sure, okay.
I said, yeah, I can come to that. Sounds good. I can come to that.
That's so
fitting.
Awesome that you did that. That's so cool.
Yeah. That was my first paid acting. It wasn't really like specifically an acting job, because it started more as a I don't want to say modeling job, but that kind of was what it was. It was for the movie Frankenstein by by Guillermo del Toro.
Shout out
GDT.
GDT,
What a
bit of a
mastermind.
Toronto icon at this point.
He loves Toronto.
Loves Toronto. He loves review cinema.
More
one
than
of the
anyone
greats.
I know.
Yeah, I've heard people seen him just walking around, chilling, taking in the city.
Yeah.
The best city in the world.
He, at the TIFF, one of the TIFF screenings for Frankenstein, the one that I went to, he really shouted out Toronto.
That's so
hardcore. It does have a couple F-bombs in it, but I suggest you watch it. I think there's probably some clips of it on the...
Kids, you got to watch that video with your parents by your side.
Yes. You need to see Guillermo del Toro.
He's passionate, and he allows that passion to become swear words. But that's okay. Because Toronto inspires the passion, you know?
It really does.
Most beautiful city on planet Earth right there. Best highways around.
Toronto.
I have a love-hate relationship with that city, obviously.
I do too.
As does everyone.
I found one of my really old tweets, and it said something along the lines of, are you telling me that there's people out there that really believe that Toronto is a beautiful city? Because I used to be Toronto's biggest hater until I started spending more time in Toronto. I think for me, Toronto just felt like a physical manifestation of the anxiety that I felt in my body. I was like, this is what it's like inside my body when I walk down the streets of Toronto. That's exactly how it feels to live every day as me.
I feel that.
And then, again, I started taking film classes, and I got really familiar with the city, and we have a lot of friends that live there.
Yeah, we
do.
certainly
A lot of camp people live there. And I have a very now special place in my heart for Toronto. But when I was younger, I didn't get it. I'm from a small town.
I'm from a small town, 4,000 kilometers away from Toronto, so I understand it well.
Yeah, so you get it. You get the
hate,
the love-hate relationship with Toronto. Yeah. Where
were we?
Oh, Frankenstein. I worked on that film as initially I was a fit double, so I was trying on costumes.
I see. Okay, that's kind of what I figured when you said modeling.
Yeah, it was more like
we
need someone who's the same size as this actor and looks similar, and we need to try on some costumes because they can't be there. So I did that, which then turned into trying on costumes for other like female background characters, just because they wanted to see what things were looking like and send pictures to Guillermo and get thoughts on things and all this stuff. Cool. And so I did quite a few fittings, and then they needed a photo double for the character that I was trying on costumes for. So I photo doubled, which listeners, for the listeners back home, a photo double is someone who does certain shots of the movie where you can't tell that it's not one of the lead actors.
Back of heads and that kind of
heads, far enough away that you can't really see that it's not the exact same face. Close-ups of hands, perhaps, things like that.
Second unit stuff.
yeah, and they can save some money that way, and also sometimes the actor's just not available because they're doing press for something else.
They don't want to fly Mia Goth all the way into Toronto just to photograph her hand.
No, for that scene specifically, the hands scene, the hands wiping blood scene, which I don't know who's seen Frankenstein. Anyone in the room? Yeah.
Good movie. I like
when Elizabeth meets the monster for the first time, I believe, and then she sees that he's bleeding and she wipes blood off of his body. My hands were wiping the blood, and I think that was specifically
so sick.
Specifically, like the last day of filming in Toronto. They were flying out to Scotland for the last 2 months of filming, so it was just
like, all right,
I was the only option for the hands at that point. Yeah, but
that's so cool. If you had asked me, and like you said that you in your 3rd grade scrapbook, right in that particular part of my life, I probably would have said actor.
Yeah,
for what I
you
wanted
would have
to
said
do when
actor
I grew
as
up.
well.
Because like I love that stuff.
It's so cool, and I think kids love those types of like actor or
it's sort of become YouTuber now.
Yeah,
YouTuber. That's what the kids want to be these days.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they all want to be a YouTuber.
Oh my god, that's the only thing they care about.
Whoa.
YouTuber, Twitch streamer. They want to play video games for a living.
Wow.
Roblox person. I don't know.
That is very interesting.
Whenever the kids start talking about that at our school, I hear a buzzing noise and I get a nosebleed, and I just can't. I'm like, stop this. talk about Twitch streams, more like water streams, babbling brooks.
How about that river right over there?
Yeah, right?
Take a look at the Aramosa River.
Yeah, take a look at the beautiful Aramosa River.
Yeah.
YouTube, more like you... Nah, I was hoping I'd come up with something.
More like you gotta think about something else other than the internet.
More like you go study your field guides.
Yeah, field guides.
More like
they're gonna be big.
You tie knots.
Cordage.
Get into that, kids. For the most part, they do. It's surprisingly easy to pull kids out of the brain melting world of internet stuff and into reality.
Yeah.
And even into acting. I do acting stuff with kids all the time.
Well, it's something that you, even if you're not an actor, you can take that with you
100%.
Throughout your life. Like improv skills, being able to yes and. Working in customer service is always a little bit of an act.
Oh, yeah.
You at your job is not you at your core necessarily. Like you're always putting on a certain part of yourself of this is me at my job.
Learning to act is a good way to learn how to not let that destroy you. So I feel like I hear about a lot of people who really struggle with having to have a work persona, and it like eats away at them.
Yeah.
And I feel like with some acting training, it makes it a little easier to like feel in yourself like that it's okay to be this way at your job and this other way in real life.
Yeah, well, I think we do that in life. No matter what the situation, there's always going to be different parts of yourself that come through more depending on who you're with and things like that. And it's not necessarily bad. It's just
I agree.
The way that we are as people.
Context.
Yeah. Context for the folks back home.
Context, emphasis. You said you wear many hats at the top of this episode.
Yeah.
To tie that back in.
Yes, many hats.
It's
bartender.
Cool to wear a lot of hats.
Actor. I was
professional skateboarder.
That's my dream. I really, I'm into the board sports. I really want to learn to skateboard.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I've wanted that for a few years. I just haven't I realized the skateboarding dream yet. Learned how to surf this year.
That's awesome.
I've got that one checked off and can't wait to go
I didn't even know
again.
that. I just had a hunch
That I would want to learn how to
You're
skateboard.
a board sports type.
Yeah, skateboarding and snowboarding are on my list.
That's awesome.
For the future.
That stuff seems so cool.
Yeah. Also because I just hear... do you ski or snowboard?
I love skiing. It's been a while. But
okay, I feel like the first person that I really spoke to about skiing and snowboarding, they were a snowboarder and they asked me if I ski or snowboard, and I have not yet in my life. I've only ever cross-country skied. And then they said, oh, you don't. You hesitated too long before you answered. I know you don't. And I said, no, I don't.
You got red.
And then I said, do you ski or snowboard? And they said, no, I snowboard. And I realized that apparently it's a controversial thing to be a skier, to be thought of as a skier when you're a snowboarder. I don't know.
No, I've understood. I've heard this kind of thing. Snowboarders are very protective.
Yeah, it's so strange.
It is strange.
And I wonder, too, if that's something that's more prominent here versus elsewhere, because I met a lot of Europeans when I was traveling in Australia, and my now one closer friend that I met through those travels, she's from Switzerland, and she does both.
Yeah.
And she thought it was so strange that I had experienced people that were very for one or the other, and so had some of our other British friends and things like that. They said, no, it's either you ski or you snowboard. You don't do both. And she said, well, I do both.
Yeah,
depending on the day, depending on the mood, depending on what I feel like.
They're both served like different things. They serve different ends.
Yeah, but I don't know.
You and me were high openness people. We reject that kind of didactic thinking.
Yeah.
Like, why don't I just I can ski and snowboard.
Yeah, it doesn't
I
need
can
to be
see.
so black and white.
No, exactly.
You can do many things.
Exactly.
Jack of all trades, of course.
Jack of all trades. Master of some.
Yeah, master of some.
Master of a couple.
For
Why
sure.
not?
Yeah.
What else you got in those notes there? You keep looking at the notes.
Oh,
You have
I
so
just
many
was-
guests.
I
Or
just
not
was
guests, listeners.
seeing-
Laura's got like an incredible pile of notes here.
Oh yeah, Laura's my real name, by the way.
Oh, that's right.
I don't know if we mentioned it off the top. I think we just said Mercury, but I do go by Laura in my day-to-day.
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah, Merc boy over here has got an absolute pile.
have my just jot notes about acting and how... Oh, I guess... And then I did have some notes about Frankenstein the story because I feel like that is such a phenomenal
Oh, sweet.
story.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about storytelling.
And I learned a lot about storytelling watching the way that Guillermo del Toro talked about the story and the way that Kate Hawley, the costume designer for that movie, talked about the story.
Shout out to Kate Hawley.
She is
Did she
the
not
coolest
win
person.
an Academy Award?
She
for
won
that?
an Oscar,
She certainly
as she
did.
should.
That's so cool that you worked with
And the
Oscar-winning
costumes-
costume designer.
The costumes were... It made me learn a lot about all the pieces that go into telling a story through a medium like film or television, which you see it with theater as well. The costumes are very important. The set is very important. But just watching it on that scale was intense, and it was just so cool to hear how passionate everybody felt about the work that they were doing and how it's so collaborative.
Oh, yeah.
Acting is such a collaborative genre or medium or whatever you want to call it. Like, you can't really do it by yourself at all. You might have a monologue or something like that, but there's so many different things going into that. And everyone's kind of working together, which is so... I just love the collaborative nature of it, which is
so cool.
really cool.
It's a big reason I'm a big movie buff.
Yeah.
And just the depth and breadth of the expansive world of movie production. And even like, I like really small movies too. And seeing how people can get creative. And it's like, how can me and 10 people make a movie?
Yeah.
And yeah, I love that stuff.
Yeah, that makes me think of the one student film that I did.
You did a student film?
I did a student film for some students at Sheridan.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
I almost went to Sheridan for film.
I almost went to Sheridan for like a musical theater, their pre-musical theater course. I just was, when I graduated my master's, I was thinking of things like what could I do to kind of explore the things that I think I'm actually passionate about a little bit further. Not to say that I wasn't passionate about therapy. I really do like helping people and I really do like working with kids, but I just was so focused on doing things for other people that I didn't sit down and say, like, what do you want to do? What do I actually want to do?
Very important question to ask.
Yeah. But I think you'll like this, and maybe you've heard this before, because are you a big Guillermo del Toro fan, or
like
you're a medium?
Yeah. I'm first in the world.
He was talking about his process and how in the early stages when he's working on a film, he gathers a group of like 4 or 5 people and he calls it the submarine. Have you read about that?
I'm very familiar with this. I think this is hilarious.
Which is so funny to me. And then they're doing this like deep dive of creating like concept art and all this stuff to kind of look at what is this going to be and what's it going to look like and what are all the pieces. And I just think that's so neat. And imagine being part of the submarine.
So cool. He's such a linchpin of the like director world.
Yeah.
He seems connected to like all these directors and all these craftspeople. Like I feel like his movies are always winning Academy Award, like production Academy Awards, because everyone just has so much respect for this guy and he does such good collaborative work. Yeah,
and if you look at some of his films, there's a lot of overlap of, okay, Kate Hawley did the costumes on Frankenstein. She also did the costumes for Crimson Peak, which is a phenomenal movie.
And that came out a long time ago, too. He's must have been working with her forever.
Yeah, and same with, like, hair and makeup. Cleona Fury did a lot of the hair for his movies. Jordan Samuels does makeup for a lot of his movies. And these are all, Toronto, too. Not Kate Hawley. She's from New Zealand, but...
Toronto talent.
Yeah, he likes
love
Toronto
that.
talent. I think it's
I wonder who did the makeup for The Shape of Water. Who did the creature?
Mike Hill, who did
Nice.
the prosthetics for Frankenstein.
Figured.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Which
That's a
is
great
so
movie.
cool.
I
That
really
is a
like
great movie. I haven't watched that one in a while. I should. I recently rewatched Crimson Peak, but I need to rewatch The Shape of Water.
Last time I saw that was in the Landmark Cinema in London, Ontario.
Really?
It's the only time I went to that movie theater. I thought that
Wow.
movie theater was bungus.
I've never been, I don't think, to the Landmark in
It's
London.
not that good. There are lots
Yeah.
of great movie theaters there. Like the Highland Cinema, the absolute peak movie theater, one of the best movie theaters in Ontario.
I'll put it on my list. I
You
haven't
should check
been.
it out. It's spectacular.
I went to is it just Silver City, the one
Yep.
in the mall? I
The
went to
one in
that one
Masonville.
to see the drama.
Sweet. I haven't seen that movie
Oh,
yet.
it's good. You should watch
I
it.
love both the lead actors.
Mm-hmm.
We got your Robert,
Our Pats and
Zendaya.
Zendaya.
You got
It's
old
a good.
Michi.
I really liked that movie,
I need
actually.
to see it. I like that the director's previous movie, Dream Scenario. You
I
seen
haven't
this?
seen it. No.
It's got Nick Cage playing a dorky man, and he
Nice.
appears in people's dreams.
That's my dream job.
Yeah, right.
To
But
be a dorky man who appears in people's
suddenly
dreams.
things go awry. You know, you watch that
as
movie
they
and you'll be
do.
like, maybe that's not so much my dream job.
What's it called?
Dream Scenario.
Dream Scenario. Okay.
It's a good movie.
I'll put it on my watch list.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a good one.
But London, what we were talking about, London movie theaters, seeing Shape of Water, Craft People, GDT,
GDT,
our boy,
a mastermind.
a mastermind.
There's so many links between his films too.
Mm-hmm.
There's a book that they did for Frankenstein where it kind of tells all the story of why he wanted to make this movie, because he's always loved the story of Frankenstein, which I also resonate with. I've always loved that story. I don't know if you've ever read the
I've
book.
never read it because I
It's
know
very
that it
good
was
book.
it was his white whale for like years and years and years to make this movie.
Yeah, and he refers to the film as autobiographical in the sense of that, like,
Aw.
his role as a father and also his role as a son. And there's a lot of like tiebacks to, he's Catholic, so to his religion, and it's just such an interesting film. And I've read a lot of reviews about the movie just because I find it interesting, because I had a tiny little part in what was happening on that set, so it's fun to read about it. And some people really loved it and some people didn't, but I feel like it's so easy for me to love it because I saw how like the scale to which people cared about what they were doing, and
I love that. I think
how the
that's so
costumes
valid.
tell a story, and the use of color and the use of lighting, and how just like audio visual language is a medium of storytelling, and it's so interconnected. Like the cinematographer has to pay mind to like what the costume designer's doing, and the costume designer has to pay mind to what the set designers are doing. Like it's all connected, and it's all just this one big project that everyone's kind of working towards. And yeah, he's so cool. And Mary Shelley is so cool.
Tell me about Mary Shelley. I
Mary
know very
Shelley.
little about Frankenstein as a
So-
like literary work.
Have you seen a lot of the film mediums?
I've only seen the Frankenstein. I've only seen the Guillermo del Toro
You've
Frankenstein.
only seen the
I
GDT
think.
one. So Mary Shelley wrote Frankenstein came up with the idea for Frankenstein during the
This book
year.
came out a long time ago, right?
Yeah, sometime in the 1800s. I don't remember exactly when, but
That's so insane.
do you know about the year with no summer?
No.
So Mary Shelley and her husband and his friends mostly. Do you know of Lord Byron?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so he
yes.
was there. And it was the year with no summer because Mount Tambora had erupted, and there was all this volcanic ash.
I have heard
and
about this.
it impacted the
Like
temperature
precipitation
and
or whatever.
and so it was just really cold and really dark and dreary, and summertime did not feel like summer. So
And
they
it's like 1890 and you're in Britain and you're just the
you're
most depressed.
inside and and Lord Byron challenged them all to tell a ghost story. And I guess Mary Shelley couldn't think of one on the spot, and then that night she tried to sleep and just kept thinking about like telling a ghost story, and then had a dream about Victor Frankenstein standing over his creation, and then came up with the story in that way. And it also led to some of the other people that were there writing certain stories that then inspired Dracula and things like that.
Oh,
like it was very much like
a flashpoint
is looked
for
at
horror.
as like a very important moment in horror.
And even I've heard people say that Frankenstein is an early science fiction work too.
Yeah,
because she's like dreaming up this like electrical machine that brings Frankenstein to life.
And in the book, it's not explicitly described how it happens. So that was a cool piece in the Frankenstein films. Is they all kind of decide how
to interpret that.
Yeah, how to interpret how the monster actually came to be brought to life. But yeah, she wrote it when she was, I want to say 19.
Oh my
which is
God.
so young. And such a relatable theme in that book is like inner child, parent-child relationships, and even just like loneliness. Mary Shelley has this quote, and it's like, "Loneliness has been the curse of my life. What should I have done if my imagination had not been my companion?"
Oh, man.
And so her husband, I think his name is Percy, was already married when she met him. So he essentially left his wife for her.
Oh, wow.
And then she was ostracized because of it.
Oh.
So she also lost a baby very young, and that was before she wrote Frankenstein. So
that's gotta be important.
Yeah, all these things that are kind of lending to this idea of like who gets to play God, and the Frankenstein's creation, the creature, obviously is rejected by Frankenstein, and then grows up and tries to find his own way in the world, and is very lonely and isolated, and obviously he looks different, and there's this idea of other and being like rejected because you're different from other people, and
he's got this strange and confusing strength.
Yes,
he's super
and
strong in
the book
too.
Lives forever.
Yeah,
I did reread it last year, and I can't remember if his strength specifically is mentioned, but I think it is, because there is some murder and things like that happen that.
And if he like lives that idea forever, then there's implied,
which is why he asks for a companion in the first place, and Victor says no. Victor Frankenstein kind of doesn't want to give him that.
Has nothing to do with this guy.
Yeah, and so it's a very sad. Yeah. Very sad for the creature.
I love the creature. I
love the creature too, and I so resonate with that. Like, I don't know. I think I grew up feeling like very lonely sometimes. I think kids feel that to some extent in their life. But I just remember feeling like
I felt that way.
Yeah, I'm very introverted, I think, and I was more so introverted as a child, and I think it's harder to put yourself out there when you're so, I don't know, not shy, but in a sense. I spent a lot of time in my head. Yeah.
Creative type. I was the same way.
Yeah.
And so we're just like Frankenstein, you and me.
We are all just like Frankenstein's monster to an extent.
When I watched this, I was lucky enough to watch this movie with past and future guest Nava. A person you don't know, but she's got a high top tier episode of the Passion Show that I'd recommend.
Oh, I will check it out.
And we watched it together, and we were both calling Frankenstein baby, because he's just a little baby.
He does such a good job of, and I think the choice to have him be bald to start was so genius.
Oh yeah,
he really starts as a baby.
Give baby.
Yeah,
and we were just like, protect the baby. Like he's my baby boy. I want to take care of him.
That is baby
Victor,
right
why
there.
don't you understand?
Just
give your boy a hug.
I don't think Victor wanted to be a father.
No.
I think he just wanted to surpass his father in some ways.
Definitely. He's just this vain fellow. I'm not like him. I say to myself, I will not be like Victor Frankenstein.
No, he's very different in the book too, I find. But
we've only got a couple of minutes left.
Oh my gosh, can you believe time flies.
I told you, isn't it nuts?
Yeah.
It feels like we're just settling into this conversation.
Went on a
We
tangent.
could just run on and on about Frankenstein, but it's such an interesting and good, a rich, vivid movie. Good
And book.
interest. I can't speak to the text, the book, but I'm sure like it's renowned and beloved.
Do you like the classics or not really?
I've never read anything older than like 1960.
Oh,
I'm uncultured in that way, other than the Holy Bible.
the classics are so core to who I am as a person, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love a
You
classic
gotta send me some
novel.
good classics at all.
I can.
Enjoy.
Do you like? Do you?
I like stuff. I'm a stuff
Do you
enjoyer.
like poems?
Oh yeah.
Do you
love
like
poems.
Edgar Allan Poe?
Oh yes.
Okay, you're
I
familiar
went through
with
a whole
Poe?
reading Poe. I guess that's older than the 60s.
Yeah,
I went through a nice phase of reading Poe to kids at outdoor school.
I love Edgar Allan Poe.
Getting
He's
them kids
another
riled up.
little strange
Oh yeah.
man of his time. Yeah.
I did. I have last Halloween I read a Telltale Heart to the kids, and they were all fired up about that.
Yep.
Now it's like
good
making
one.
like a heartbeat on my chest, and it's like getting louder and louder. I was proud of that.
Nice. Yeah, that's a good one.
It's a good
Sure.
one. Yeah.
Sorry, you were saying we only have.
We're at the end of the show.
Wow.
It's time. Yeah, it's
Amazing.
actually the end.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you so much for being in here today, Mercury.
Thank you for having me.
driving all this way. I'm excited to have you on the show again sometime.
Amazing. I can't
Feels
wait.
like we've got through maybe one page of those notes.
Well,
Some more
this
notes
was just, in
Yeah.
case
But you're a
we needed
passionate
it.
person. You're an
Yeah,
expansively. You could write another 100 notes about passion, I'm sure.
of course.
So-
Anything for you and the Passion Show.
We're going to share some gratitude now because that's the tradition on this radio show, as you know. And
Yes.
I'll go first and you'll go second. That way your gratitude is the final, important note of the show.
Sounds good.
Today I'm grateful for the Eremos River, like we mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
The sky, the wind, the clouds, the trees, climbing trees. I'm grateful for the stage. Grateful to have a voice. Grateful for hands and work. I'm grateful for craft and production. That's what I'm grateful for. Production. What are you grateful for?
I'm grateful for my mom. A huge supporter of all my passions. I'm grateful for my dad, who's also become a huge supporter of all my passions. I don't think you could ever find anyone prouder than my dad to talk about his kids, which is crazy. And then my brother, who, when I lose those parts of myself, he always will buy me a book that will remind me back to who I am. And I'm grateful for the outdoors and the sun and the summer that is coming so soon. And I'm grateful to you, Wizard, for having me here today.
Oh, it's been a pleasure, Mercury. Thank you so much for being here. I've been Wizard.
I've been Mercury.
And only love will stop the killing.
Only love will stop the killing.
Seul l'amour arrêtera le meurtre.
Only love.
Тільки кохання зупинить вбивство.
Only love.
Nur